Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam might soon have to face the same decision the governors of Georgia, North Carolina, and Mississippi have already faced. Whether or not to sign a bill critics say restricts the rights of gay and transgender people. By an overwhelming margin, the Tennessee House passed a measure allowing mental health counselors to refuse service to LGBT people on religious grounds. It's expected to easily pass the state Senate. The debate also playing out in Mississippi, where Governor Phil Bryant was met with protesters after he signed a so-called religious freedom law. It allows businesses and state workers to refuse adoption, certain medical, and other services to gay or transgender people.
I think it protects the religious freedom of people who have deeply held religious beliefs.
Honest people who have a legitimate objection to what's going on, a religious objection, have a course of action now.
This billboard has popped up in Jackson, just one example of the opposition to the law. It depicts a Christ-like figure who proclaims, "I said I hate figs and love thy neighbor," a biblical reference similar to an epithet used frequently by anti-gay groups.
I heard in the news that Mississippi had just passed a similar law that was worse than North Carolina, and my first reaction was, how can it be worse than what's happening in North Carolina?
In North Carolina, backlash is also growing against their law overturning local ordinances protecting gay and transgender rights. PayPal announced it will not bring a $3.6 million project there, along with 400 jobs. And more than 80 companies and organizations have expressed their concern about the laws in both states.
I'm glad that corporate leaders are opposing the bill and using the force of their economic impact to make a difference.
Minnesota has now joined Vermont and New York in banning state employees from traveling to North Carolina and to Mississippi.
This is a moral decision. In the case of Mississippi, it's just an egregious violation of people's constitutional rights.
Well, Mississippi's new law is set to take effect starting in July.
So we've seen, John, in other states like Georgia and Indiana, how business pressure has led to governors there denying these types of bills. Will that be effective in Mississippi?
Stephanie, it's not clear that it will. I mean, the economy in Mississippi is already pretty slow. Not a single Fortune 500 company is headquartered in the state, and still companies like Dow Chemical, Levi's, Pepsi, MGM Resorts, which has an operation down there, they've all spoken out calling for a repeal, but the governor, he is not budging.
John Henry Smith, thank you very much.